my loves, welcome to my channel Sun Love Stars, and welcome to today's pick a card reading. For anybody who's new, my name is Cynthia and I'm going to read your cards today. So today's pick a card reading is going to be about your future spouse, and we're going to look at what your future spouse is thinking about right now, like literally his or her thoughts the last couple of days, right now, in this very moment. What is your future spouse thinking right now, specifically about love, but also in general? Okay, so we're just going to tap into what is going on in this person's mind. What are they thinking about love and dating, and what are they fantasizing about as well? You know, like if they daydream about love, we think about it. If they daydream about love, they actually daydream about you and they're also kind of manifesting you, if you know what I mean. We're basically going to look in your future spouse's head and see like what their fantasies are, what they think about. And then on Patreon, in case you are interested in the extended, I might go into their very sexy thoughts, okay? So we're going to keep it very clean, the clean version on YouTube, and then there's going to be a sexy version on Patreon, where we're basically going to look at if they fantasize about being intimate, when they fantasize about, you know, being with you, touching you and stuff like that. What do they truly think about? Okay, what are their sexy thoughts when they lay at night, or when they are feeling very, very, you know, when they really feel it, you know, they feel something between their legs and they think about like, oh my god, I would love to like make this fantasy a reality. What are they thinking about? This is going to be the portion on Patreon, but right here, right now on YouTube, we're just basically looking at what are they thinking in general, okay? So without further ado, guys, in the next clip you can choose between 3 images and I'm going to see you in your reading, guys. Hello my lovely pal number 1, welcome to your reading, guys. So if you didn't watch the intro, pick a card reading is going to be about your future spouse, but we're going to look at your future spouse's thoughts, okay? So what is your future spouse thinking right now, or what have they been thinking of, in the last couple of days and weeks? Also going to look at what they are fantasizing about. So when they think about love, which in essence is you, what do they fantasize about? What do they think about? How does their daydream look like? Okay, if they daydream about love, and if they daydream about being intimate, that's going to be the portion on Patreon. So if you are interested in their sexy thoughts, like when they have sexy thoughts, what do they look like? What do they fantasize about? When they fantasize about like a hot night, a spicy date, what do they fantasize about? Link is down in the description box if you want to join me on Patreon. But here on YouTube, we're only going to look at their thoughts, like when they think about love, or their thoughts in general, okay? Or their daydreams, what do they look like? Because they're basically thinking about you and manifesting you as they daydream. So let's look at what they are thinking about, okay, when they think about love. So let me tap into the energy here, pal number 1. So you know what, I'm gonna start your reading differently, because sometimes I channel and then I show the cards, and sometimes I show the cards and then I channel. So I want to show you the cards here, okay? It says your manifestation is here now. Something could happen any moment from now, okay? So first things first, I feel like your true love and your future spouse is actually manifesting you, meaning that maybe they are aware of, okay, I'm gonna manifest my true love into my life, or, you know, where they have the thought that they want to manifest love, okay? Maybe they've recently come across the the topic manifestation, or they're doing it subconsciously where they think so much about you that they're basically manifesting that you guys finally meet each other very, very soon, okay? Or they are already preparing, meaning that, for example, they know that they want to, manifest an apartment before they go into a relationship. They're already working on it, but in the back of their mind, they're thinking to themselves, once I am in my new apartment, I'm then going to, go on dates, meet people, and eventually they're going to meet you. Wow, I just saw an airplane, guys. Hold on. Lately, I'm getting visions. Okay, give me a moment. Yeah, they are okay. So there could also be an energy where they are on vacation right now. Okay, I'm seeing an airplane, like I'm seeing them looking out of a window on an airplane. This is interesting. Okay, so I feel like an energy where your true love and your future spouse misses you the most when he or she is on vacation, or they could be currently on vacation. When we think about, like, it's summer season, a lot of people are on vacation. So I do feel like maybe they had this epiphany on a vacation when they were by a beach that they're ready for love, or that they want to open up to love, or something about they really have been missing you, or they have been thinking about you on an airplane. Okay, so they have been daydreaming on an airplane about you, or they have been thinking about how after they're done with their vacation, okay, that they maybe want to put themselves out there, go on dates and stuff like that, and eventually meet you. Something along those lines, but I just saw like an airplane window, okay? Something along those lines. So I pick up a strong energy here where your true love and your future spouse is actually longing for you. So again, they're either manifesting you like with the intention to manifest love, kind of like, I'm going to manifest my dream woman, I'm going to manifest my dream wife, I'm ready, I want to be in a relationship now, and for others of you, they do it subconsciously, is what I'm picking up here. And guys, the cards are very intense. Okay, we have here the other card, which is the reason why I want to show you the cards first, because I'm excited every time I see these cards. So it says, you're feeling the energy of your future spouse and true love. They're close. Keep up your great work. Okay. So there's an energy where your true love and your future spouse has a feeling, kind of like they have a feeling that love is in the air, or that they are about to fall in love, or maybe they have been, it's kind of like their intuition is telling them, I feel like I'm about to fall in love, or I feel like I'm about to meet a special person. So even if they don't realize it like consciously, it's like a feeling inside of them. Okay, it says, you're feeling the energy of your future spouse and true love. They're close. Keep up your great work. Okay. They could also be fantasizing about how you already are around them, kind of like when you ask yourself, and maybe they have been asking themselves that question. I feel like they did, where they have been asking themselves, have I already met the one? Is the one already around me? Because with the Ace of Pentacles, I have to blur it out, but with the Ace of Pentacles, it tells me that your true love and your future spouse believes in the one, or that they feel like there's always that special someone, or there's like the special connection, or the special love story. So they do believe in special love stories. There could be an energy where they also have been watching more love movies recently, or they have been drawn to watching more love movies, but it's basically like their spirit guides guiding them to open their heart, if that makes sense. Okay, because if I look at that, now I'm hearing pretty woman walking down the street, pretty woman. Okay, hold on, let me see. Yeah, so they could be watching love movies, or they could be feeling like they're haunted by love movies, meaning that wherever they go, there's like a, do you know what I mean? Like wherever they go, for example, they meet with somebody, and in the back there's like a love movie playing. Something about where spirit has been talking to them through movies. We also have here Earth couple, which tells me that your true love and your future spouse is most likely going to be a Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus. Okay, but with the Earth couple, and especially with the working couple here, okay, we have your working couple and ambition. So your future spouse could also fantasize or daydream about how they meet you at work. Okay, something about, or there's, can I say something? I pick up different energies, because I do feel like your future spouse is daydreaming a lot lately, or it's getting a lot more than back in the days, or more than usual, because they feel your energy and you feel this person's energy, if that makes sense. Because I'm seeing them being in a traffic, or I'm seeing them being on a highway, and they're listening to music, music, yeah, okay. They're also daydreaming when it comes to, you know, when there's music playing about love, okay. So it's kind of like an energy, because with the traffic light, there could be an energy where your future spouse is a tiny little bit hesitant to, you know, put themselves out there or date with the red light here. But I feel like they are about to get ready, or they are slowly but surely opening up their heart. Like with every love movie that they watch, with every love song that, you know, goes into their heart, their heart is basically opening up. Okay, or again, they could just be manifesting you. Like even if they say they are not ready for love with the red light here, they think so much about love, or they daydream so much when they listen to music, or when they watch movies, or when they are on an airplane, that they basically manifest you. Does that make sense? So they might even be manifesting you even though they don't feel like they are ready, but their heart is ready, but their mind might not be ready, if that makes sense. So they still manifest you, or they still, you know, manifest meeting you. Okay, so I feel like the meeting is quite close for you guys. But with the red light here, I'm also picking up an energy of like a, you know, like a sexy romance at work. Okay, there could be an energy where if you feel like you are going to meet your true love and your future spouse at work, this might actually be the case. Okay, because I see a work type of situation here, especially with the working couple. So I feel like your true love and your future spouse has been imagining how they meet you at work, kind of like, you know, that Neo Miss Independent, you know, when Neo goes into the company and then there's this lady and he's watching her and stuff like that. So he could have maybe dreams where he meets you at work, or something about where he could also be thinking about changing his job, and that's actually truly where you guys are going to meet. Does that make sense? Where they think about, oh, you know, just imagine I meet her or I meet him at the new company, or when I transition to this new department, you know, just imagine I go to the office one day and all of a sudden there she is, there are her eyes. Okay, all of a sudden I hear her voice and I turn around and there she is, you know. So they could be like fantasizing about how they meet you at work, or how there's like a spicy energy between the two of you at work, where you look at them and they look at you and you guys are attracted to each other, but you're also like, you have to keep it professional, you know, kind of like a romance, kind of like an office romance, where maybe, for example, you kiss each other before you go into the company, because people are not supposed to know about it, but you cannot keep the eyes off of each other. Okay, so this is like their daydream. Okay, so they daydream like where they sit in the office or something along those lines, or for example, where you are their manager or they are your manager and stuff like that, and you guys talk to each other, and it's kind of like a fun situation because nobody knows you guys are together, because you have to keep it professional and classy. Okay, they could also be like, listen, if you do wear if you are modest with the way that you dress, because I'm seeing like someone wearing like a very modest, well, you have to dress modest because of work. They could also be like fantasizing about, you know, you wearing glasses, or something about where you look modest or where you look put together because of work, like a white shirt and, you know, like a pencil skirt, or, you know, something along those lines, in case you do have to wear stuff like that. Your future spouse is picking up on it. So they could be picking up on your profession, again, specifically when you, for example, you wear like a suit and tie, or you wear clothing that is very formal. They're really gonna be extremely drawn to that, or that's what they're fantasizing about. So because the funny thing is, sometimes when we fantasize, we also tap into the energy. So if you are looking like that, that means that they are already picking up on your energy. Okay, and if you don't look like that, it's just like, you know, overly exaggerated, you know, but where they just think about like, oh my god, you come into the office and you maybe have like a messy bun and your glasses on. They could be very drawn to, this person could be very drawn to either powerful women, like women that have a say, where you have to, for example, also maybe tell other people what to do, like a manager position. Okay, or they are very drawn to shy women. Okay, this person could also be very drawn to shy men or women, which is the reason why they're going to like when you look away, or there's going to be a long time where you look at each other. There's going to be a long time where you look at each other and who's going to say hey to the person, or maybe there's like this fire between the two of you, like, hey, I have to talk to you, about work, but your eyes are talking about something else, okay? And then they fantasize about how they fantasize you're naked, when they are at the office, and all of a sudden they don't just see you in your clothing, all of a sudden they see you naked. They could be fantasizing about having being intimate in the office, or making out in the break, in the lunch break, or something along those lines, okay? Something like that, or touching you underneath the table and stuff like that. Something about an office romance. So again, they could be actually picking up or manifesting that you guys meet at work. They could also be in the energy of transitioning to a different department right now, which is where you actually are really going to meet, okay? Something along those lines, or something about where they are at work, or they're working on something, and all of a sudden you stand in front of them. And they see your eyes, okay? So they could also be fantasizing about driving to work with you. I don't know what this really is. They could also be fantasizing about, for example, if you are a business owner and they are also a business owner, I feel like they're fantasizing about you guys having a home office, and then you both have like a table you both have like an office at home. So you're basically like working together in the same room, like you're doing your stuff, they're doing their stuff. So they're basically fantasizing about a home office where you both work from home, because you're both business owners, and it's kind of like love and work is mixed together, if that makes sense, okay? For others of you, they could be fantasizing about, or their daydreams are definitely about relocating, which might be the reason why I picked up the airplane. Okay, so they could also be fantasizing about relocating. The reason why I say that is because we have the 8 of Cups here. I pick up an energy here where your true love and your future spouse maybe doesn't like the city that you guys live in, or they could be fantasizing about relocating with you. I don't know what exactly this means, where maybe the both of you don't like where you live at, especially if you tell me you don't like where you live at. That's definitely your pile. So your guys are basically manifesting relocating together. They don't want to live where they live. You don't want to live where you live. Maybe even if it's just, like the neighborhood, that you want to, relocate to a different neighborhood. But that's what I'm picking up here. So they could be fantasizing about, with the 8 of Cups, how they leave a city, with you, or how they leave all their history behind and all their past behind, and they just go on a plane with you, because I strongly pick up like this airplane energy here, okay? Something about where they're sitting next to you on an airplane, and you guys are relocating to a different place. You're leaving your past behind, you're leaving like the city behind, okay? Especially if you tell me, Cynthia, I have a lot of like things that, like, I don't like the city that I live in because there was so much bad shit happening in the city, and I would love to relocate. Or especially also if you tell me that you never felt at home where you live at, or recently you felt very disconnected from the place that you live at. You don't know where you want to relocate, but you know that where you live at is not good for your soul. I pick up a strong energy where you guys are going to relocate together. I'm seeing them fantasizing how you both like hustle, how you both bring the money home, how you both put money in the safe, for you guys to be able to relocate, how you guys work really, really hard together to make as much money as possible so that you guys can relocate to a different place here. And I'm seeing them also daydreaming about buying a house or owning property or something along those lines, okay? Them fantasizing about how they spent the first night with you in this new apartment. If I look at this card, I have to blur it out a little bit here, but do you see that? He's like laying here in bed. He or she is fantasizing about cuddling with you. But pile number 1, I'm also seeing your true love and your future spouse. When they think about love, they're actually quite excited about it. So I do feel like they are kind of, about to go into the dating world, because we have celebration here. Okay. Yeah. And I keep picking up an energy. They fantasize about how you are at their place, or how they visit your place, or something about like where you guys are sitting on a couch, or something about a home. Okay. So it doesn't have to necessarily be like your future home. It could just be like where they fantasize how you, let's say for example, they got a new apartment and they are decorating the apartment, getting furniture, and then they think about like, oh my God, one day my my true love is going to sit on this couch, or something about like I cannot wait to cook food in this kitchen with my new girlfriend, new boyfriend. Do you know what I mean? Something along those lines, where they fantasize about like you guys living together, or something about the first time where you are at their place, or when they visit you at your place. Something along those lines is what I'm picking up here. But yeah, with the celebration card, they could also be fantasizing about, I don't know, just like they want to celebrate life. So this is definitely, I feel like your future spouse is a bubbly person, and I pick up like a very light-hearted energy. I'm seeing them smiling and grinning. Okay, so I do feel like they are about to get ready to get into the dating world somehow, some way. I'm also seeing different lights, so I would not be surprised. Your future spouse could also be thinking about like they would love to go to a party or something along those lines with you, where they like fantasize like, oh, a little bit of a nightlife, or going to a party, or again like where they dim the lights at home when you come over. Do you know what I mean? Something about lights here. Okay, something like that is what I'm picking up here. Fantasize about like how you sit on the couch together. They fantasize about like how there's like where they keep space in their wardrobe for, oh, when you come over. Do you know what I mean? Like where your true love and your future spouse is already thinking about like, oh, when my new girlfriend or my new boyfriend comes over, she can use that space in the wardrobe. Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm picking up here. So I do feel like this person is excited, because I'm seeing them grinning, I'm seeing them smiling. And I feel like they're very cheeky, so I feel like they want to have fun. Like when they fantasize about dating, they fantasize about like having fun, or like being goofy together, making jokes. They fantasize about like flirting with you, this flirty, sexy energy in the air when they invite you over, or when you come over to them, or when they come over to you. The reason why I pick up a lot of like at home energy could be because you guys might meet in the winter or fall months. Okay, so that could be the reason why they think about at home. Do you know what I mean? Like if it was summer, they maybe would be fantasizing about going to a park or whatever. So for some of you guys, not for all of you, okay, they could be fantasizing about like cuddling with you under a blanket, because maybe it's like the season, autumn season, winter season, something along those lines, where they like fantasize about a winter love story or an autumn love story or whatever, something along those lines here, because I'm seeing like a cuddly energy here. Okay, or I feel like a cuddly energy. I feel like this cuddling has something to do with like you guys both made enough money to put away, okay, or something about where they want to work really, really hard, and they just want to take you with them, kind of like where they say, hey, let's relocate together, and you're like, oh, I cannot afford it, and they're like, no problem, I already saved the money. So they could actually be in the process of saving money to relocate or to live in a different place, okay. Or they're basically saving up to move to where you live at. If you tell me you don't want to relocate, again, this might be a surprise to you. You might be telling me, Cynthia, I don't want to relocate, but there might be a change, because we always change, and sometimes we have a change of hearts. So that could possibly happen, where you're like, oh my God, I remember her telling me I want to relocate. I thought to myself like, nah, I'm not gonna relocate, and now he's in my life, and I felt so disconnected recently, just like she said in the reading. So for some of you guys, it's a future prediction. Okay, so it might not make sense right now, but it's gonna make sense in the future. Okay, that's what I'm picking up here. So I feel like they're fantasizing about just taking you with them to a different place, like where they take your hand and you guys go to the airport, and they pay for everything, or you both pay for everything, kind of like where I'm seeing a dream house. I'm gonna be very honest, I don't know, I'm being brought to this one couple that lives on the Madeira island. Okay, so they could be dreaming of living on an island, or maybe someone here watching me, you live on an island, okay, or something about they could also be Portuguese is what I'm hearing. Okay, or you could be Portuguese or speak Portuguese, definitely your pal, because I'm being brought to Madeira. I'm seeing the house, like I'm seeing like a big house in Madeira, okay? Because I'm being brought to this couple that does vlogs, and they recently bought a house in Madeira, like on an island. So they could be fantasizing about owning property on an island with you, or something about where you guys are. This could even be just a vacation, but I feel like for most of you guys it has something, because the Eight of Cups for me feels like you are leaving, okay? So it doesn't feel like vacation. It feels like literally leaving a place, okay? Leaving the past behind, okay? Yeah, so I'm seeing them fantasizing about the first night with you in this new place, or something about how you both buy a house together, or how you both relocate together, okay? Or something about where you guys are having like a peaceful sleep, you guys are cuddling. Like I'm seeing you guys cuddling, and next to you is like a big amount of money, or the amount of money that you need in order to feel calm, kind of like financial security, if that makes sense. Okay, that's what it feels like to me here. Now we also have here the card, nothing was ever easy, but maybe that was the beauty of it. Sunny days wouldn't be special if it wasn't for rain. Yeah, so they are fantasizing about both energies, which is beautiful. They fantasize about how you have bad days, and how you kiss this person's forehead when they feel like shit, you know, or when the day's just bad, or something about where there's rainy days, but you guys are eating pizza together, and it's still a beautiful day. And then they also fantasize about, yeah, your spirit guides are here, and then they also fantasize about, do you know what I mean? I'm being brought to 21 Questions by 50 Cent, like going through the ups and downs. So I'm seeing them like, I'm hearing started from the bottom, now we're here. I feel like that's what they are fantasizing about, how you both start from the bottom and then you get to the top, whatever the heck that means, okay? So they fantasize about, and it says the story. So they fantasize about like how you both escaped something, or how you both, you know, changed your lifestyle, or how you both escaped like this toxic work culture, and you are both living on an island. So for some of you guys, your future spouse could also be very much into nature. They could be into living off grid. Not for everybody, okay guys? If you feel like, man, that sounds like me, yeah, your future spouse and you are like twins, okay? Twin flames. But they could be fantasizing about like living on a countryside. They could be fantasizing living close to a beach, or something about where you go on vacation regularly. So it's not just one time in the during the year, but it's like multiple times. Or that you guys are on the plane a lot together, okay? That maybe, for example, you sleep on this person's shoulder, or they sleep on your shoulder in the airplane, is what I'm picking up here. I have here deep connection with in-laws. So I feel like your true love and your future spouse is fantasizing about, let me show that to you, but do you see where I'm coming from? It looks like a beautiful home with like a lot of family. So I'm also seeing them like fantasizing about how you both are cooking for family. Especially if you tell me that it's like in your tradition, like it's in your tradition to, you know, cook for the family. It's in your tradition to invite family home and make a big dinner, or something about where you have a big family or they have a big family, okay? I'm talking about a lot of aunties, a lot of uncles, and something along those lines. So they're fantasizing about inviting family home to your home, and then you guys are cooking for, you know, the family. For others of you, they could be fantasizing about how their grandpa or their grandma really likes you. They could have a very strong connection to their dad, their mom, their grandpa, or their grandma. Let me actually get one more card here for the in-laws. Okay, they could be fantasizing about how their parents are going to love you, or something about how their grandpa is like, can I say something? I'm being brought to the song by Drake. Don't ask me why I'm channeling Drake all the time these days. So they could be, I'm being brought to Drake, where he, in a song, he talked about how he has a conversation. It's the song, I love me enough for the both of us. So they could be fantasizing about how they have enough money for the both of you, or how they have enough energy for the both of you. Does that make sense? I love me enough for the both of us. That's why you trust me. I know you've been through more than most of us. Oh my God, so what are you so afraid of? Darling, you give, but you cannot take love. So they could be fantasizing about how you talk to them like that, you know, what are you afraid of? You can trust me. Maybe they have trust issues here and there, or something about where they fantasize about how their grandparents or parents approve of you, maybe because that's very important to them. But I'm being brought to that song. What is it called? Oh man, let me actually see, okay? And in the song he says nobody wants to be 70 and alone, okay? Nobody wants to be 70 and alone. Let me actually see. Drake and Janae Aiko. So what are you so afraid of? Telling you from time. Do you see? And it's funny. If you chose the pile where I kept talking about time, this is your confirmation. The song is called From Time. So they could be feeling like it is time. Again, they could be feeling it like in the air, okay, where they have romantic dreams. They dream of a woman or a man that is in essence you, or they just have like these daydreams all the time, because I'm seeing them being in a car, in a traffic, and then they fantasize so much that the car behind them is like dun, 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 honking, because they didn't notice that the traffic light shows the green light. That's what I'm picking up here. Okay, they could have conversations with their grandpa or their father or their mother or their grandmother. So their father or their grandfather, their mother or their grandmother could be teaching them a lot about love, or something about you have to let somebody in at some point even though you've been hurt before. Okay, so they could have conversations like that with their parents or their grandparents right now. Okay, let me see. What is the deep connection with in-laws right now? What is that about? Yeah, I feel like they could be spending a lot of time with family, like in-laws. They could be spending a lot of time with their parents or their grandparents right now. They could also be watching their parents and their grandparents, and they could be like fantasizing about how they grow old, because I'm seeing them looking at a couple, and this couple has been together kind of like they celebrate a golden marriage. Do you call it golden marriage when you have been together for 50 years? That's what I'm being brought to. So they do dream of, like, they look at a connection like their grandparents or their parents as, wow, they've been together since forever, and I want something like that, you know. I want to be together until the end of time, until we grow old. Okay, that's what I'm picking up here. Yeah, let me see. What is the deep connection with in-laws about? Yeah, they could be, I'm seeing an energy where they have a conversation with a grandparent or a parent, and they, you know, pour their heart out, you know. They're like, son, why are you so closed off? Or what is going on with you, you know? And this person might be saying, oh, I'm just focusing on finances right now and stuff like that. But they could be feeling like it's time, like their soul and their spirit is telling them that it's time. Okay, especially with the High Priestess here. They feel the love in the air. Okay, the High Priestess knows without knowing, if that makes sense. Okay. Yeah. They could be fantasizing how you cook for them, how they massage your feet, you know. Something about home life and family life is very significant for them. Someone's name could be Stella. One more card here, and then we're gonna go to the extended, and then we're gonna look at more of the spicy, the spicy energy here. Okay. Why is the deep connection with in-laws here, Spirit? Yeah. They could be looking at, again, something about where they talk to their grandpa, they talk to their grandma, their dad, or their mom. May that be here or in spirit. And they might be like pouring their heart out, you know. What kind of woman or man they look for. Why they have not yet made a move or put themselves out there. But again, this person feels like it's time, or something about where they feel like they could meet you any moment from now, or they're going to be ready any moment from now to put themselves out there and show themselves. Okay, they could be feeling like they just want to get let's actually see what is stopping them. What is stopping pile number one's true love and future spouse right now? I don't feel like it's, yeah, they are in the energy of completing something, because that's the World card. So again, the reason why they're not yet in front of you could be because they are taking a vacation. Maybe their life has been very stressful, so they just want to take a breather before they put themselves out there, because maybe they perceive going out on dates as a little bit stressful, if that makes sense, you know, like putting yourself out there again. They could be literally in the, again, moment where they are transitioning from one apartment to the other, from one department to the other. Let me see. What is stopping pile number one's true love and future spouse right now? Yeah. Okay. We have the Hermit here. They're coming out of the hiding now. Pile number one, your future spouse is about to come out of the hiding. They could feel like they needed a lot of time for themselves. Let's say, for example, they've been in a relationship where all of their time, they put all of their time and their energy to the other person, and then they were completely drained. So they had like to take 1 or 2 or even 3 years to just take time for themselves, because all their energy went into the other person. So then they felt like, oh my god, you know, I didn't really spend time with myself. But it's coming to an end is what I'm picking up here. Okay. What are pile number one's true love and future spouse's thoughts right now? Yeah, look at that. You see that we have the Wheel of Fortune here. So it's interesting because the Wheel of Fortune came out 2 times in pile number 3. So there could be a connection here. Okay. And it's funny because every time I look at this card, I'm being brought, you guys know that I love Disney. And I'm being brought to Sleeping Beauty. Okay. So they could also be fantasizing how they wake up in the morning and you are laying next to them, and they just admire your beauty, they admire your face, they admire your lips, they admire how you look. I'm hearing she looks like an angel when she's sleeping. That's literally what I'm hearing. This is so freaking cute. Or you could, yeah, I'm also seeing them looking at you, like you might be, listen, let me know when your future spouse is around you, but I'm seeing them, you know, like you're sleeping and they're still looking at you, and then you might notice that they look at you and you open your eyes and they're looking at you in the bed, you know, like when you guys woke up in the morning. That's also what I'm picking up here. Okay, they could be fantasizing about drinking their first coffee in the morning with you, driving to work together, or driving you to work or something along those lines. Okay. Yeah, but Sleeping Beauty also for me feels like I do feel like they are daydreaming a lot recently. I'm not gonna lie. Let me see what else is coming through here. Yeah, and they could have noticed that when they kiss other people, they don't feel anything. Does that make sense? Where maybe they have, you know, tried, you know, to hook up with somebody and stuff like that, and the kiss was not, it was underwhelming. Does that make sense? Like the kissing was underwhelming, or the making up didn't really do much for them, if that makes sense. Okay, so they're waiting for like this kiss that they really enjoy, or they could be like fantasizing about like a kiss that they really enjoy because they didn't kiss somebody for a long time, or the last kiss that they had was like underwhelming or something along those lines. Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm picking up here. So I also feel like they're daydreaming a lot first thing when they wake up in the morning. Okay, something about what would it be like if, you know, my bed, someone was next to me in my bed, and they're basically manifesting you. Does that make sense? Like they're literally in the energy of manifesting you. So with the Wheel of Fortune, let's get one more. Taking a leap of faith. Do you see that? The taking the leap of faith, it's like they might be a little bit scared for whatever reason, because maybe they have been out of the dating pool for a long time. Maybe their last relationship was not the best. Maybe they're still shaky on what they're looking for. But they feel like they are about to, they want to take a leap of faith here. Okay. So I feel like it's just a matter of time until you see them. Okay. Let me get one more card. What is pile number one's true love and future spouse thinking? Yeah, 2 of Pentacles and the 10 of Pentacles. Ooh, and the Moon. Okay. Wow, I feel like they're fantasizing about Christmas. This is interesting. I feel like they're fantasizing about Christmas, kind of like how they want to spend Christmas with you, or they want to spend New Year's Eve with you, or something about they want their next birthday to be different, or something about how you throw a surprising party for them and they feel so loved by you, or where they buy you a gift and you look at them with like big eyes and a beautiful smile and you kiss them or something along those lines. Okay, by pile number 1, I'm gonna go to the extended now. Okay, if you are interested in their sexy thoughts, okay, what they think about when it's a little bit more spicy, the link is down in the description box, and if not, I'm gonna see you in my next one, and I wish you a lovely day. Bye. Hello my beautiful pal number 2, welcome to your reading, guys. So as you can tell by the title, we're going to look at what your future spouse is thinking about right now, specifically what they think about when they think about love, which in essence is you, right? Because if they daydream about love and stuff like that and you are the one for them, then they're thinking about you. Okay, so we're basically going to look into your future spouse's mind. What do they fantasize about? What happens in their daydream or in their imagination when they think about love, when they think about being in a relationship and stuff like that. And on Patreon, we're going to look at their spicy thoughts, okay? So when they have some naughty thoughts, some spicy thoughts when they are laying in bed and maybe touching themselves, okay? What do they think about, or what are their fantasies when it comes to the bedroom? So if you are interested in that, the link is down in the description box, okay? But let's begin your reading. I'm very excited for your pal, because I was shuffling the cards and I got a lot of downloads with your pal specifically. With pal number 1, I got a vision, but with you it was kind of like Spirit showed me multiple scenarios. Okay, they showed me pictures. Yeah, so let's see. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Let's see what is up. So the first thing that I'm seeing here, guys, I'm seeing the energy here that I'm seeing Spirit showed me, because we have here the 4 of Wands. Let me actually show the card to you before I speak. We have the 4 of Wands here, and you can see that they are on a swing, right? And the first thing that Spirit brought me to with the swing, okay. Okay, so the first thing that they brought me to when I looked at the swing, they brought me to Cinderella, but like not the Disney cartoon-ish version, but the version with real people, like the, you know, the latest version. I'm not quite sure, but do you guys remember where Cinderella and the prince met and they were in a garden? Because she didn't know that he was a prince and he didn't know that she was a princess, which is funny, guys, because we have here celebrity, high social status, and public figure. So for some odd reason, I pick up an energy here where there is an energy in your love story, or what they're daydreaming about is because I don't know if you are the one who is in the public eye, or you are a celebrity or a person of high social status, or you have like a title somehow, some way, because the prince and the princess does not only mean like, you know, being a celebrity or whatever, but it could also be like you have a title or whatever, like something about a title, or something about where they are actually a celebrity, a high social status, a public figure. So it's either you or them, or the both of you. For some of you guys, I'm hearing that you both come from the same village. In case you have like a village, or you come from a village and in your village there are tribes, I feel like you both come from the same village or the same tribe. I don't know where this just came from, but I picked up like something about this coming from the same village. Okay, listen. I have like the classic story of a person who is in the public eye, but they feel very alone. So I don't know if it's you or your future spouse, but someone here is in the public eye, or someone here is like, on paper, their life looks amazing. They've achieved things that other people can only dream of. They might be a public figure, they might be a celebrity. It doesn't have to be like an A celebrity. They could also be a B, C, D celebrity or whatever. Kind of like an author that some people know, but not everybody knows them. But they achieved a lot of success with writing books. They could be a singer, they could be a songwriter, they could be a music producer. The celebrity could also be that they're well known in town, or they're well known in town, or they're well known for something. They've been on TV before, they have been in a newspaper before, maybe they work for a company that is quite big and it's like impressive that they work with this big company, or they work with something big here, okay? Something about them is very, very impressive, first of all. And I'm seeing, again, if you tell me you're also going in this direction, or maybe you are on the road to success. So that's why I picked that energy up here, because it's on your path, who you are going to be in the future. Not for everybody, of course. Okay, or something about where this person is very wealthy, either very wealthy, very popular, like the popular person in school, the popular person at work, or whatever. Something about where people look at this person, they feel like this person has everything, or they have a lot of money, or they were very blessed by God, by the universe, with an opportunity, somehow, some way. There's something going on here. And that's why Spirit is bringing me to Cinderella and the prince, because Cinderella did not know that he was the prince, and he did not know that she was the princess, right? So they were hiding from each other, like who they are, because they didn't want to, because they have been probably going through a situation where, because I'm picking up the energy of like someone here who hides who they are because they got betrayed before, or they got taken advantage of. So someone here is not telling you who they are, or what they do for a living, or how big what they do for a living actually is. They hide it because they've got taken advantage of before. There was an opportunist around them that took advantage of them. So they keep silent about who they are. So Spirit is showing me that whole scenario. So they could be fantasizing about how they don't tell you what they have and who they are and stuff like that, and you still fall in love with them. Does that make sense? Where you don't know that they are a prince, but it's just metaphorically speaking. You don't know that they have a lot of money, or you don't know that they are somehow a public figure, or you don't know that they just won money or whatever. You know, like you don't know that they come from a good family, or you don't know that they have a big car and a big house. You don't know that they make like double the amount of money than other people do. Okay, it doesn't have to be this whole big thing as a celebrity, but they somehow are very blessed with something that other people don't have. And they don't tell you about it. Okay, so I'm seeing, in case you want to watch Cinderella, go ahead and do it. Okay, I'm seeing you guys being in this park or in this garden. Okay, and you are sitting on the swing. So that's what Spirit is showing me. And Cinderella in the movie said, in the movie Cinderella says, you didn't tell me that you are the prince. And then he said, you didn't tell me that you are the princess. So there's something about like secrets, but not in a bad way. It's just like where they hide again what they have and who they are, and you still fall in love with them. Kind of like it's kind of sad, I'm not gonna lie, especially since we have here the card, when they turn out the lights, I will be there in the dark. So they do fantasize about meeting you by night time under a starry sky, or something about at night, something happening at night, or you guys taking a walk at night under a starry sky, something with a moon, and something about secrets being revealed, or where they tell you who they truly are. And but they only do that because they trust you, or something about where they notice that you love them, even though you don't know that they have a big car and a big house, or that they make good money. Do you know what I mean? That they realize, oh my God, Panomatu really loves me, and Panomatu doesn't even know that I have so much money. They don't know that I drive this car. They don't know that I am about to be part of a movie. You know, they don't know that I just got a big role in the movie. Okay, this is definitely my celebrity pal here. Okay, in case a celebrity is watching me, this is definitely my celebrity pal here. Okay, so it says, when they turn out the lights, I will be there in the dark. And if you look at this card, like he's crying, or he doesn't feel good. So there's something about where it's kind of like a person who is, I don't know, looking at their watch, and the watch was expensive, but it doesn't mean shit to them, or you know what I mean. It's like something along those lines. Okay, like and then they fantasize about how you fall in love with them and you don't know what they have. Okay, how you fall in love with them for who they truly are. So something about that you say I love you, or that they see that you love them before they tell you who they are. I don't know how to explain it. I hope you guys know where I'm coming from, or something about where they tell you how sad it is. I'm hearing it's lonely at the top, or something about that they tell you how sad they are, or something about that they tell you what's going on within them, and they see love in your eyes, or they see like that you don't judge them, that you hold them, that you give them a hug, that you kiss them, okay, or that you accept them for who they are with their flaws. I know it's kind of sad because I feel like if you just pass, I don't know, I feel like they have been very successful in one thing, and then I don't know, it came with a dark side. I do feel that very, very strongly here. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, another scenery that Spirit is showing me, something about a skyscraper. Something about a skyscraper. I'm being brought to Emily in Paris. Do you guys remember that I told you Spirit showed me a lot of like movie scenes? Do you guys remember there was one scene in Emily in Paris where she was on a balcony and she kissed the guy on the balcony? Because let me show you the cards here, guys, where I talk about balconies, okay? So maybe they have a balcony at their home, and every time they sit on their balcony they think about you. That's why I pick up the balcony. There's something about a specific balcony, okay, where they usually sit on a balcony and think about you, or they imagine how they go with you to a skyscraper, or something about a balcony, or they invite you to their balcony, okay, or they invite you to their home, because I'm seeing a home that has a balcony, but it's in a high building, so you can look down. Oh yes, bitch. Okay, let me show you the cards why I say that, okay? So here you can see like a balcony, right? And here you can also see it does look like a balcony. For some of you guys, I feel like your true love in your future spouse could also be fantasizing about how they meet you at a language class. So maybe they're something about a language class, especially if you tell me that you are at a language class, or it's just a confirmation that this is your pal, because I'm seeing someone here attending a language class. You're learning a different language right now. Okay, for some of you guys, you are thinking about going back to school. Just a confirmation for you guys. Okay, for others of you, I'm seeing something weird has been happening with your phone. Something about your phone. Something weird happening with your phone. For others of you, you recently had a argument with a teacher. Okay, something about having an argument with a teacher or an authority figure. Just a confirmation, okay? You had an argument with like a teacher or an authority figure, or someone who has a say, a manager or whatever. Okay, interesting. Okay, and for some of you guys, I'm seeing here that you recently looked at pictures of you in elementary school. Something about pictures of you in elementary school, or something about childhood pictures, elementary school, something like that, okay? But yeah, here it also looks like a balcony, guys. And then this card also looks like I'm seeing a bar in a skyscraper, so something about a skyscraper. I definitely see like the city life here. I'm seeing city lights, I'm seeing skyscrapers. Yeah, I'm seeing like big buildings, okay. But if you look at this card right here, this also looks like either a bar that is on top of a big building, or of a high building, like a rooftop bar. I'm being brought to rooftop bars, I'm being brought to balconies. I'm being brought to skyscrapers, or they have an apartment that is high up in the building, so they can look down on the city. Now, the reason why I say that, look at that energy here. Doesn't it look similar? Yeah, it's called upside down, because here you can see like a city. Do you see that? And here's also a city in the background. Let me show it to you. Do you see that? Okay, so I feel like they're fantasizing about either being in a city, like having a walk with you in the city at night, or something about a balcony, sitting with you on a balcony, kissing you on a balcony. Okay, I'm hearing Thoughts from a Balcony by Mac Miller, so someone maybe here really likes Mac Miller. Okay. There is something going on where I feel like they are imagining your first date, and they might want to take you to a place that has a beautiful view onto the city. Like, I'm also being brought to, like, you know how in certain movies there is like this guy or this girl that knows an abandoned place, And when you go to this abandoned place, you can see the whole city. Something about looking down on the city. So they're imagining like your first date, or something about where you have this very intense conversation where they tell you who they are and you're kind of shocked, or something about where they trust you and tell you who they really are or what is really going on in their life. Because I feel like they live kind of like a double life, kind of like Hannah Montana, who pretends she's a normal girl but she has like this other life. Okay, there's something going on here, and if it's not that, I just pick up the energy here where they just realize, maybe for example, usually people like them for their looks, and maybe they come to, how can I explain it? There's something about where your future spouse is scared that people don't love them for who they are, but just for what they have. So I'm also seeing them coming to a date, or you meeting with each other, and maybe their hair is not done, or do you know what I mean? Like where they come to you, but okay, listen, first of all, I'm seeing them coming, you know, stylish and stuff like that, and, you know, wanting to impress you, or just, you know, taking out your fancy stuff. You're excited about the date, there's nothing wrong with it. And then the next date, I do feel like they think about like the first date. What would the first date with my true love and my future spouse be like? That's what I'm picking up here, because yeah, okay, because I'm seeing them, the next date, they come to you without the watch and without everything, and they want to look if you still want to see them again. Like, do you still want to see me again? Or something about where they come with nothing, and they think to themselves like, do you still want to be with me? Or do you still want to be with me when I show you my weakness or whatever? Or when they maybe cry in front of you and you still want to see them, like you hold their hand, or like you still kiss them, or something along those lines. Or where you don't change, where you don't just change, like where your eyes show love, where you still are with them even though, you know, like they don't show you what they have. This is very interesting. It's a very interesting pickup. Like, I was so excited to do your reading. Let me see what else is coming through here. Yeah, so I'm being brought to Emily in Paris, like a kiss on a balcony, or something about they know a really beautiful place with a balcony or with a view onto the city. Okay. That's what I'm being brought to. You know what I'm picking up here? You know those movies, How Do You Get Rid of Him in 90 Days? Something about where it's not that they're testing you, pile number 2. It's just like they are very afraid that you don't like all of them, but just a part of them. So they fantasize how they show you their tears, and they fantasize how they show you, like, I'm hearing, do you know what? I'm seeing the scene in Cinderella where he said, this is who I am, do you accept me for who I am? And then she said, this is who I am, do you accept me for who I am? That's what I'm picking up here. It's so cute. Oh my god. So they do fantasize about something romantic, like a romantic date where you both accept each other for who you are. Let me actually get one more card here. What is that energy about? Okay. Because it also says, I'm not used to this, but it feels good. And it says, make peace with the past. You're ready for a new love story. And it's funny that the word love story is here because I talk about Cinderella. Okay. Someone here could be gothic. Okay. I'm seeing here someone here could be gothic, not everybody, or something about you really like to wear chokers, or something about you know, like where you have a dark feminine energy here, or something about you like to dress up or whatever. I'm also seeing you someone here recently went to the Beyonce concert, or you're thinking about going to the Beyonce concert. Okay, I'm also seeing Taylor Swift here. Something about a concert. They could also be fantasizing about, in case they are a singer, that they invite you to their concert. Okay. That's what I'm seeing here. Yeah. Something about a plot twist. Like, I feel like when you meet your true love and your future spouse, don't be surprised when they are very mysterious, because I feel like they're hiding something, but it's nothing bad. It's actually good. You guys know in Cinderella where she didn't know who he was and he didn't know who she was? That's what I'm picking up here. Okay. And then it's kind of like I'm also seeing them having a really beautiful apartment and you're gonna be shocked, like what the fuck? Or something about they take you to a really beautiful place is what I'm picking up here. I don't know what this place is. It seems to be like either a garden or like a really, it could even be literally a place where there's a swing. Okay, not for everybody, of course. What else am I seeing here? Yeah, they're fantasizing about talking to you and you're holding this person's hands or you're hugging them, you're kissing them while they're opening up about something that really, you know, is in their heart and it bothers them. Maybe they don't have a person to talk about it. Do you know what I mean? Like when you have, you know how sometimes you have certain things that are just in your heart and you don't tell anybody about it? They fantasize how they tell you about it, okay? They could be fantasizing about how you touch this person's hair, like how your hair is going through their hair, how your hand is going through this person's hair. Okay. Yeah, they fantasize that you kiss them when they don't feel so good. Okay. So they could be going through something, or they could be going through something when you guys are meeting. They're going through something. Okay, I cannot, it's so strong here. This is so freaking strong. They could be like thinking about you when they cry, or they could be thinking about you, but again, it's like on the outside, it looks like this person has a perfect life where everything is great, or they should be happy, they have so much, they achieved so much, and then nobody's watching, they're crying, or they feel like shit, or they just feel misunderstood. I'm also hearing even though they are surrounded by people, they still feel alone. Yeah. That's what it feels like. And look at that energy where the mask is falling off. Do you see that here? But again, for others of you, they could be literally like imagining how they invite you to their concert or their event. They could also be an event manager, for example, and they fantasize how they invite you to this place. Okay. Fathers of you, I'm gonna be very honest with you guys. I feel like your true love and your future spouse, they might be invited to a lot of fathers of you, pile number 2, I also feel like your future spouse might be invited to a lot of places. I don't know what exactly this means. They could be a stand-up comedian, they could be a singer or a songwriter, they could be like on stage. It doesn't have to be a big stage. You know how some people, they perform at a wedding, or they perform at a bar, or they perform somewhere, something like stand-up comedy is what I'm picking up here. For example, I was on a date with someone who did stand-up comedy. That's what I'm picking up here, where they maybe do something on the stage and they fantasize how you are in the crowd looking at them or smiling at them, or you know how you look at them with love in the crowd while they're performing or while they're doing something. Okay. Fathers of you, I feel like they are also, this is like a person, I feel like they are somehow invited to a lot of places, like they are invited to events, they are invited to parties, or maybe there's a particular party, like, you know, or something about every time they get an invitation to a wedding or a party, they actually want to go there with you, but it's like their +1 is, you know, their friend or something along those lines, and they just, yeah, they could be fantasizing about how you are their +1 when they go to this party, this event. Okay, that's what I'm picking up here. Yeah, and that's also the reason why I see like this, the night sky, like painting the town red is what I'm hearing. Something about the night sky, painting the town red, okay. Or something about, I'm also seeing here where they sometimes get anxiety when they are around a crowd. Listen, if you tell me it sounds like you met your match, okay. Something about maybe they, I'm picking up the energy here where your future spouse maybe also has a hint of social anxiety, and like I'm being brought to Justin Bieber, you know. I feel like he has social anxiety, or something about where he's usually holding Hailey's hands in a crowd. Something like that is what I'm picking up here. Yeah, something along those lines. I don't know what exactly this is about, or again, it's just around the time where you guys are meeting that they are just going through something. I don't know. Okay, you're calming them down, you're holding this person's hands, or something about like where they don't feel so lost in the crowd, but they have your hand, like they feel safe with you. Okay, that's what I'm picking up here. What are pile number 2's true love and future spouse's fantasies when they think about pile number 2? Look at that. If there are boundaries, I would try to knock them down. They could be fantasizing about kissing you in the rain or something, but the rain could also be metaphorically speaking, kind of like when they feel bad, your kiss is like making them feel good again. Or your kiss is giving them strength. Okay. That's what they're fantasizing about. What is pile number two's true love and future spouse fantasizing about? Let me actually show the card to you. Okay. Wow, it says your future spouse feels your energy visions. Ooh, hold on a minute. What is that about? Let me show it to you guys. Okay. What is that energy about? Give me a moment. Yeah, do you see that? It's like I pick up like this strong hug. If you look at this card, he is hugging her so strong, like so tight. Something about they fantasize feeling your heartbeat or feeling your hands. Something, yeah, look at that energy. Something about hugging you from behind. Do you see that energy here? But one of these, like she's holding a microphone and someone is behind her. Something about where you are their backbone, or you're hugging them from behind when they are on stage, or I don't know what this is, okay? I don't know exactly what this is, but it's something about like you hold them so that they don't get lost in this city, in this glamour, in this wealth, in this something here, okay? In this whatever this is, okay? They don't want to get lost in this, in the sauce. They don't want to get lost in this industry, okay? I don't know what exactly they are doing or what exactly this is about, but they just don't want to get lost. It's like they just want somebody to tell them when they're doing something wrong. This is so, your reading is so different, okay? It's like they want you to guide them and tell them that they're doing something wrong, or they want you to, yeah. But it's funny because Cinderella and the prince then became king and queen, and they had to rule the empire, right? But, and the thing is, in Cinderella, I do feel like this is somehow connected, okay? Just metaphorically speaking, because I remember that the prince did not want another queen. Okay, listen, so in Cinderella, right, the king, like his father told him he should choose another queen, or another, like another woman that is soon to be queen. And so he met other royal like families, and he didn't like any of these women. And they were all very materialistic. So I feel like your true love and your future spouse is fantasizing about a woman or a man that is down to earth, okay? Because in their heart they are down to earth, but they achieved a lot, or they have a lot, okay? So that's what I'm being brought to. Kind of like a celebrity who chooses a person who's not a celebrity is what I'm being brought to, for example, okay? Or a person who comes from wealth who doesn't choose a person from wealth because they just manifested that lifestyle, but they're not really, it's not connected to their soul, you know, if that makes sense. This would be a person who wants to still stay with the person that they were with in high school when they get to fame. I'm being brought to Kendrick Lamar. I was actually brought to Kendrick Lamar, and I think he's still with the same woman that he was with before he got to fame and success. This is the energy that I pick up here, whoever your future spouse is. So they might already be in that energy, yes. Your future spouse, your spirit guides are here, or they are on the road to get there. So they just want at least one person that they can trust, or that is with them when they go to this place. That is kind of different. It's like a different lifestyle, okay? Okay, yeah, look at that. It says, when you don't see you, I see you, that you remind them of who they are, or something about like, you see how they have like a strong connection and like a conversation by moonlight. That's what I'm being brought to. And it looks like they're both kind of like naked or minimalistic, kind of like it's just you and them, and there's nothing like around them. They could also be maybe fantasizing about getting away from the city, okay, and just be at a calm place with you, where you guys have this deep conversation away from this lavish lifestyle. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but I feel like they just I don't know, maybe they had bad experiences with it. I don't know what exactly this is about. Let me get one more card here. What is pile number two's true love and future spouse thinking about when they think about love? What are their fantasies? Air couple. Yeah. I talked about how they're talking about down to earth, right? Do you see that here? Like sitting sitting on a meadow, sitting on the floor together, you know, sitting on the bed and just playing games. Okay, like board games or whatever. This is what I'm picking up here. Something about where this person, their heart is very simple, but I feel like there's a lot going on around them because they somehow achieved something, but they don't want to get lost. Like they don't like this material world, but they're kind of in it. I don't know why. I don't know how this, okay. And it's interesting because we have 3 cards that show like a black and white. So they could also be fantasizing about watching black and white movies with you and being brought to, how do you call it? Like open air cinemas, or watching old movies with you. Okay, something, they could be very, very into old movies that are in black and white is what I'm picking up here. Okay, let's get one last card before I go to the extended. What is pile number 2's true love and Francisco's fantasizing about when I think about love? It says opening doors. Again, it's like a very minimalistic energy here. Do you see that? Living a simple life even though you are surrounded by wealth and success and money and power and celebrities and stuff like that. Okay, with the opening door. And they're both wearing like a white t-shirt. They could also be fantasizing about a trip to Greece or something about Greece or something about Europe where they really want to go to Europe. Okay, I'm hearing just you and me. Let me see what else is coming through before I go to the extended. Is there anything else, Spirit? I want to talk about that in the extended because I don't really know what exactly this is. But if you look at those 2 cards, this is my oracle card that I created, and this is like from Vanessa 𝘸𝑒𝑚𝑖𝑛𝑔. But they're both in this. Do you see that they're both in the same energy? I don't know what this is about. Something about upside down. Okay, or something about where you are both rebels together. Like I'm being brought to in time where they, oh yes, where I'm being brought to in time where the woman was from wealth and Justin, and I talked about Justin Bieber, oh my god, and Justin Timberlake was like from poverty. Something about like something along those lines is going on, and then they together went on a mission to give back to the people. So they stole from the rich and gave it to the poor, but they did the complete opposite. Something about like doing the complete opposite. Like I'm being brought to rebels, I'm being brought to where you are a couple. You would be the couple in time, or you would be the couple in the Matrix, like Trinity and Neo. This is what I'm picking up here. You know, like where you go against what everybody else is doing, especially in that industry. For example, also Kendrick Lamar, his albums, his videos. You know that one video where it was a fashion show and he performed that one song where he says fuck, you know, the fuck the not where he basically like, not that he dissed it, but he said like all that doesn't matter, like the big chain doesn't matter and Louis Vuitton and Gucci doesn't matter, but he was at a fashion show. It was like a complete contrast. Like he's there and he performs how this is all not it, all of that doesn't matter, but he's still at the fashion show. So something about like, I don't know, something like that is going on here where you are like the couple that is rebelling against this society or this energy. Something like that is what I'm picking up here. So again, you would be like my ride or die, you would be my couple. Like they fantasize about that, where you both are you stay humble, you stay connected to God, you still you stay connected to spirit, and you don't lose yourself in that industry, you know. Okay, this is interesting. Can I say that? Okay, I can say it. I'm hearing they also, this is, I'm gonna say it, I feel like your future spouse thinks a lot also maybe about the afterlife, or something about like laying on a meadow with you and looking into the sky. Like very simple is what I'm picking up here. Oh yeah, that's what it is, because I just heard heaven. Okay, heaven, I'm in heaven and my heart beats so that I can hardly speak. and I seem to find the happiness I seek when I'm out with you, dancing cheek to cheek. That's what I'm picking up here. So they could be fantasizing about dancing with you cheek to cheek, or like, you know, when they are from the back and, you know, they hold you and you guys are like, I don't know, dancing a little bit, something like that. Okay. But it's interesting because I talked about heaven, something about looking up, something about being up or looking up. Okay, this is what I'm picking up here. Or praying, like looking up to God, you know, where you both pray together. That's what they fantasize about. Okay, so pound number 2, that was a very interesting reading. Pound number 2, I want to now look at a little bit of the energy when they are in a sexy energy, when they feel good and stuff like that. Okay, what do they fantasize about? What are their sexy fantasies, their spicy fantasies? So if you are interested in that, especially since we already have this card here, okay, I'm gonna look into what this is about. The link is down in the description box, and if not, I'm gonna see you in my next one, and I wish you a lovely day. Bye. Hello my lovely pound number 3, welcome to your reading, guys. So as you can tell by the title, we're going to look into your future spouse's head. So what is your true love and your future spouse thinking right now, specifically about love, like when they daydream or when they daydream about love? What do they think about? What does their daydream look like? Or just their thoughts in general about love and about, you know, sexy time. Now, I'm going to extend this reading on Patreon. And on Patreon, we're going to look at their sexy thoughts. So when they think about sexy time, spicy energy, or when they lay in bed in the evening, what are their fantasies? Okay, what are they thinking about? Because in essence, they think about you. When they think about love and when they think about being intimate, in essence, they think about you, if that makes sense. Okay, so very excited for your reading because I hear your future spouse speaking. So in pound number 1, I got a vision. In pound number 2, Spirit showed me multiple movies. And with you guys, I hear him or her speaking. Okay, very crazy. Okay, so pound number 3, the first thing that I'm hearing is, I don't know what's going on here, but I feel like it is big. So your future spouse's thoughts, just in general, they feel like something big is about to come to them or something big is about to happen in their life. I'm also hearing the song by Big Sean, Bounce Back. And in the song he says, God talks to me in silence, but I hear him every time, man. Okay, so I'm hearing God talks to me in silence, but I hear him every time. And I'm hearing, I don't know what's going on, but I know that it is big. So one thing that I want to tell you guys is that your future spouse has a very, very, very strong connection to God in the universe. Very, very strong. Meaning that your future spouse talks to God on the daily. Your future spouse received signs, like they have crazy stories about supernatural stuff happening in their life. They have crazy stories about, you know, like spiritual encounters, angelic encounters. They have crazy stories about how God talked to them, you know, taking pictures of weird stuff, all of that, okay? Like this, pound number 1 and pound number 2 was beautiful, because pound number 1, I don't know why I talk about the other pounds, I just want you guys to notice how the energy is different. So pound number 1 was manifesting, okay? Pound number 2 was extremely romantic, but with you guys, I pick up the energy here where your future spouse feels like an alien, okay? Because I'm hearing, let me actually, you see how, you know, excited I am? So I feel like your future spouse is excited. They are on the edge of your seat, of their seat, of your seat, because in their mind, they feel like Spirit, God, the universe has been telling them something big is about to happen. So your future spouse has been receiving signs, and they didn't just receive the signs, they understand the signs, they decoded the signs. So your future spouse is very they're really good at understanding the universe, or again, God talks to them, they talk back to God. They have I'm hearing conversations with God. Do you know that one book? I don't know who the author is, but I'm hearing conversations with God. So they could be reading, yeah, we have a book here, okay? Let me show it to you. And I talked about how you and pal number one, you might be connected because I talked about a conservative look and I talked about a pencil skirt in particular. So there could be a connection between you and pal number one, not for everybody. So, your future spouse, what are they thinking? It's a lot, so please bear with me, okay guys? It's crazy what I pick up here. It's like they could receive really crazy signs right now that are very, very in their face, like where they have visions and dreams and signs that are like crazy, okay? So they know that something big is about to happen. They would tell you, like, God told me a long time ago about this meeting, or I've received so many signs that I already knew this would be happening, or something along those lines, because we have your supernatural and psychic. Okay, that's card number one, but it's crazy. It's like, whoa, okay. And here it says, trust the intelligence of the universe, supernatural energies around you. So there's supernatural energy around your future spouse. They see it, they understand it. They feel like they're being watched. They feel like a spirit is around them, or God is like talking to them. This is fucking bonkers. Okay, let me see. What is this supernatural psychic energy here about? Yes, they had a vision of their future. Okay, listen. Do you see that here? How he's like aiming for the castle? This person had a vision of their future. They probably had a vision of their future with you, like how their maybe for example they had a vision of how their child will look like. They had a vision of you. Something about they had a vision of the future. Even if they've never been psychic before, maybe there was like maybe there was like an awakening somehow the last couple of months. Something about they saw the future. They saw the future somehow, some way. So they do know something about you. Okay, they know that something big is about to happen, or they know that I'm also hearing ordinary love. Something about where they know that their love story is going to be extraordinary, or spirit told them like something. Like there's something, whoa, what is happening? Is someone here? I also feel like if you are a psychic yourself, like you lay your own cards, you have prophetic dreams, you are a tarot reader yourself, you are somehow in this field, Reiki healer, something along those lines. This is definitely your pal. This is my pal for my psychics, tarot readers, people who have prophetic dreams all the time. This is your pal. Because I feel like they grew up and they had prophetic dreams. Yes, your future spouse has prophetic dreams, and those dreams guide him or her. Again, I'm hearing God talks to me in silence, but I hear him every time. What is happening here? So they know about you somehow, some way. They know that they're about to fall in love. They know that they're about to meet you. They know. They do know. I'm hearing they know. Like in their soul, they know something is about to happen. They're about to meet someone. They might not know who they're going to meet, but they know that they're going to meet someone. And that someone is you, if that makes sense. Okay, I'm going to tap into it a little bit later. Because first I want to look at their daydreams. And then we're going to look at the supernatural energy. But this is like, what is that energy about? Look at that energy. I was asking what this supernatural stuff is about. And do you see that here? Look at that energy. Doesn't it look like you... What is that? So maybe they had a vision that you enter their life, like literally where they see you walking into their life. Or they had like a dream where they talked to a grandpa, a grandma. In their dreams, and their grandpa and their grandma told them, you are about to meet a woman or a man that you're going to fall in love with. Does that make sense? They somehow talked to somebody on the other side, and this person told them, you are about to meet pal number 3. Or they had a vision of their future and you were there, like there was someone next to them and that someone was you. So they feel like they are about to meet this mysterious person. Yo, I'm a little bit like, oh my God. Okay, let me see. How can I, I'm excited, so please bear with me, okay? I'm always excited because it's funny as a reader when I see that the other person also knows stuff. Do you know what I mean? Because usually we talk about you, but if the other person, it's like, it's crazy. Hold on. Okay, give me a moment, guys. Then I'm gonna go to the other messages, but I'm so excited about it, so I need to look what this is about. What is this supernatural energy about? And the thing is, I hear the song by Beyonce, Alien Superstar, and in the last part of the song, she says, superstar, superstar, supernova, bullshit, we flying over. Solar system, we flying over. And then she says, supernatural love up in the air. Supernatural love up in the air. That's what I'm hearing. I just talk that shit, Casanova. Bullshit, we flying over. And it's interesting because Beyonce is on a tour right now. So there could be a concert or a party. They have been dreaming of a concert, a party, or a gathering, and you were there. You were there. Maybe they even had multiple dreams of you. It's always the same person. Even if they don't see you, your energy is there, so they know it's always the same person that they dream of. I'm also hearing they were, when they were younger, they also had prophetic dreams, and then it stopped, and now it's coming back. Okay, so even if this person, like I feel like they have tendencies to be psychic, but they don't always use it. But lately it has been a lot. Let me see. I'm seeing that they saw a door. Okay, what did they see? They saw a door opening. They saw a door opening, and you were there. Or what? Hold on. What is this supernatural stuff going on? Ace of Pentacles. Yeah. Look at that energy, because I'm being brought to someone looking into a keyhole and seeing what is inside. Do you see that? Like, he cannot touch it, but he can look at it. Do you see that? Your true love and your future spouse, they saw themselves like succeeding with you, or like in love. Maybe they gave up on love, and spirit showed them like a vision how they fall in love. So maybe they thought, I will never fall in love again, and then they got a vision where they fall in love. Do you know what I mean? So spirit showed them like, you will fall in love with this person. Whoa, bruh. What is the supernatural energy here? Yeah. Give me a moment, guys. They could have had a vision where they saved you, or they came in and helped you, or you came in and you helped them. They had a vision of saving you, or you saving them. And when I say saving you, it could be, you know, for example, your car is not working anymore and they are around, and then they help you with your car. Does that make sense? Where they had a vision where they help you, or you help them. Like, you save them or they save you. Or for example, their phone goes off and they have to call somebody, so they see you and they take your phone. This person, literally, this person has some details. I don't know what is going on here. They know something. I'm hearing, I don't know, I know something that you don't know. Wow. Shut the front door. What is that? Okay, let me get one more. What is this vision about? So your future spouse had a vision. It's not just a thought, it's a vision. I'm talking about a vision. Whoa, bruh. Hold on. What is this psychic vision about that pile number 3's true love and future spouse had? 8 of Cups. You are connected to pile number 1 because we had the 8 of Cups here too. Okay. They had a vision of I'm seeing them. I feel like it's metaphorically speaking, I'm not gonna lie. And look at that bottom of the deck. I told you. I feel like they had a dream of their wedding day, or they had a dream of you in a wedding dress. I'm not gonna lie. It's like crazy, because the reason why I say that is because we have here rings. Okay. So something about he or she maybe had a dream, because you know what the thing is? I feel like your true love and your future spouse gave up on love. And Spirit wanted this person to see that they will get married. Like this person thought, I will never get married, or I will never have children, or I will never fall in love. So Spirit gave them a vision where it happened. Do you know what I mean? And since they know that their dreams have tendencies to become true, there is a tendency, or there's a chance that this dream that they had is prophetic. Do you know what I mean? So Spirit has been communicating to them, or maybe their grandmother, their grandfather, someone on the other side, their ancestors have been telling them, you're going to get married to this woman or this man. So maybe they have seen you in a wedding dress or in a suit, or maybe they have been seeing something about a ring, you know, that they buy a ring, or that you buy a ring for them, depending on who's watching, if you look at that. Okay. And now the reason why I say a wedding dress, the reason is because, yeah, oh, wow, listen. Oh, God, this is bonkers. I feel like if future spouse, like, they are a little bit, how are they feeling right now? Let me get one more card. Because I feel like they are, I'm hearing Spirit had to wait for the right time for them to send the vision to your future spouse. Because if I look at this card right here, to me this feels like a wedding. Like I'm seeing a wedding dress here. I'm seeing them seeing you in a wedding dress, or something about they received a huge sign when they were looking at rings, or a wedding dress, or something along those lines. Or they literally saw you. This is crazy. What? Okay. How is pile number 3's true love and future spouse feeling right now? What's going on with them? We have the Emperor and the Judgment. Yeah. Okay. Listen, because we have the Judgment card here twice. So, okay. So something about where... Okay. I'm gonna say it like that. Spirit is showing me different things. So they're showing me how... They're showing me Charlotte. Okay. Charlotte and Sex and the City. If you guys didn't know, I love Sex and the City. So they show me Charlotte. And Charlotte was obsessed with the idea of getting married, but she didn't find anybody, and she was on the verge of giving up. Maybe I will never get married. She went to a psychic, and this psychic told her, I don't see marriage in your cards. So I feel like this is metaphorically speaking, where maybe they gave up on the idea of getting married or falling in love, or maybe someone in their circle told them, I don't think you're going to get married, or I don't see you getting married. Do you know what I mean? Like where, or something about like true love is dead. Someone said like something very like, you know, like true love is dead, don't even think about it. Do you know what I mean? Like, or something about, something like that is what I'm hearing. So this person internalized those words, and then they stopped you know, thinking about it, maybe for a few years. They just basically gave up on it, on this idea, because I feel like they used to be very obsessed with this idea. Like they've been a man or a woman that always wanted to get married, because some people get married and they didn't see themselves getting married until they meet this person. I feel like this person has always been obsessed with that idea, or has always been, this was always like, yeah, your spirit gets, yeah, this has always been like a big dream of theirs. Okay, even if this person is a guy, they've always dreamed of, like, you know, where a ring is, you know, like connecting the two of you, or having your name ingrained in their ring. Like they have been, this was something that is significant to them, or maybe it's significant in their tradition, in their culture. So they do value that a lot. Like they value marriage and relationship and weddings and stuff like that. You know, it's important to them. They believe in, like, you know, if you have the right wife or the right husband next to you, that you can conquer the world, or that you can achieve a lot, or then life is better. Do you know what I mean? Something like that. So for a long time, I feel like they gave up, and recently they had like a psychic downloads, synchronicities, visions. God is talking to them about their love life, about you, okay? And now they feel hopeful again. This person has hope again. Someone said some bullshit to your future spouse, like, oh, you're never gonna get married, or you're never gonna find a better woman than me, or you're a bad guy, you shouldn't be in any relationship. Do you know where someone says something that really hurts you, like, and they internalize it, where maybe their ex told them, you should never be with another woman, you are a bad guy or a bad woman, and then they internalize it and they think, maybe I should really stay away from being with another person, I should not get married and stuff like that because I'm bad. Do you know what I mean? And now I feel like, yes, spirit has been, someone has contacted your future spouse, some type of vision, synchronicity that like blew their mind. Okay, something blew their mind, and now they feel like, oh, something is coming to me, I can feel it, I have this vision, these synchronicities, God is talking to me, this person's coming into my life. That's their energy right now. How does pile number 3, true love and future spouse, feel right now? What's going on with them? Yes, 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 yes. Spirit is just confirming everything with the star. This is metaphorically speaking for they have hope again. Someone tried to break this person's hope. Okay, someone tried to make this person believe that love is not real or true love doesn't exist or whatever. Okay, they received a huge ass sign or a huge ass confirmation. Okay. All right. Okay, here we go. So even if they have never been psychic, I feel like they're now realizing that they have tendencies to go in that direction, or it's just like there's something going on here. Okay, I'm also hearing for some of you guys, your future spouse has like a cultural background. I'm being brought to like native Indian, or for example in my culture, because I have African heritage, it is somewhat, not, I wouldn't say common, but it is heard of. So people know that certain people can see, certain people can see into the future, or they have this gift. So you know how in Indian culture, you believe in astrology and you believe in people can read the stars. Do you know what I mean? So there's particular people in the culture that have this gift. And I feel like if your future spouse might be one of them, even if they didn't fully activate it. But I'm being brought to like native Indian, I'm being brought to Peru, you know, I'm being brought to shamanic, like where they have shamanic heritage, or again, for example, something about their heritage, or someone in their life, in their heritage, in their ancestry was a psychic, or someone had like supernatural something. Do you know what I mean? So it is in their bloodline somehow, some way, even if it's like Celtic, you know, where I think if you think about like Ireland, there's also this Celtic energy in the air, or in their ancestry, something like that. Okay, or something about like, for example, Romania, where it's also there's like a history behind psychics in Romania, something like that. I don't know what this is. Or again, they have a psychic in their life somehow, some way. Someone around them is psychic, and they maybe told them something. Whoa, this is bonkers. Okay, now let's look at what their thoughts are. Like, what do they daydream about? So again, first of all, I'm seeing that your future spouse, like, they see you in a dress, like they see you in the wedding dress, they see you in a suit, or that's the vision that they got, or the confirmation that they got. Okay, I'm seeing them, let me see. They might be seeing you in a costume. The reason why I say that is because we have here the sexy bunny, and then we have someone who's wearing a mask. It's kind of like, who is this? Do you know that one mysterious Ray? Hold on. What is his name? Like this one wrestler who was always wearing a mask? Like, I'm being brought to a person, like, you know how in wrestling there was mysterious Ray, or this person who always wears a mask, until one day he takes the mask off and people know what he looks like, but a long time there's a mask on his face, so people don't even know what he looks like. That's what I'm picking up here, where they have like they want to know, who is this mysterious woman that God talks about, or what is this all about? Okay, so they feel like there's something about you, which is like this mysterious energy, like maybe they only saw your lips or only your eyes, like what do you really look like? Okay, because if you look at it, you cannot fully see her face. Do you see that here? And here as well, she's wearing sunglasses, so she is covered somehow, some way, like you cannot see everything. They received some type of like details. Okay, they could even have received visions about when it's going to happen. For example, they saw meeting you in winter season, summer season, autumn season. Do you know what I mean? Like where they had a vision, or maybe that is about to happen. Okay, for some of you guys, this vision is not there yet, but it's about to happen, where your future spouse somehow has a vision of you. Okay, because with the Wheel of Fortune, I'm also seeing like seasons changing, so they could have seen like the background. Like I'm literally, like I feel like I'm channeling the vision that they got, or they are about to get. Now for others of you, if they didn't get the vision yet, I still feel the same energy where they somehow fantasize about buying a ring for you, or they fantasize about having enough money to buy, I'm hearing the best, I want to buy the best for my queen, or I want to buy the best for my king. Do you know what I mean? Like where they fantasize about how they buy you the best of the best, or the most beautiful ring, or something about where they have enough money to buy you the best of the best, or they have enough money to buy you your dream dress, or to buy their dream suit. Maybe they have a suit in their mind, like when they were younger they saw someone wearing a white suit, now they want to have a white suit on their wedding. Do you know what I mean? Something about where they envision, because I'm hearing window shopper. Okay, I'm hearing window shopper, where they walk past, like maybe they've been recently walking past a jewelry shop or like a wedding shop, it was just on the way, and then they fantasize, you know, as they're window shopping or looking into the window. Okay, I'm seeing them visualizing, or interesting that I said visualizing. I'm seeing them having visions of you, or daydreams. It's funny because daydreams sometimes are visions and we don't know, or imagination is sometimes imagination is not that far away from visions. Okay, so we have here your sexual energies attracting your future spouse. So your future spouse has sexual thoughts about you. Okay, I'm seeing them seeing you licking on a lollipop or smacking a bubblegum. So I don't know if you eat bubblegum, or you lick on lollipops, or you maybe like candy, something about candy. So they have visions of you either tasting like candy, like where your lips taste very sweet, like maybe you have lip gloss that tastes like I don't know, watermelon, mango, or something along those lines. But if you tell me you do, it's like they're not daydreaming, it's like them picking up information. Do you know what I mean? But overall, I'm seeing them like their thoughts when they think about love is this woman or this man, and this woman or this man, they are like licking a lollipop, or they're smacking a bubble gum, or their scent is very sweet, so they feel like they either smell a sweet scent, or something about a sweet voice. Okay, they have visions of holding your hand. Do you know what I'm also seeing here? I don't know why, but I'm also seeing like a tattoo on the hand. So if someone has a tattoo on your knuckles, or on your hands, or something about a tattoo on like your hand, or something about here. Okay, or tattooing a ring. So they could also be fantasizing about getting a matching tattoo. I feel like your future spouse is very like, if they commit fully. I'm being brought to how Janae tattooed Big Sean on her forearm. You know, his face. That's what I'm being brought to. I'm also being brought to kind of like, again, like a tattoo, getting a tattoo of a ring, or something about getting matching tattoos. That's what they visualize or daydream about, or something along those lines. Okay, they fantasize about how they meet you, and it is very like they fantasize how they meet you. They fantasize how they meet you, and there's like a sign from God. There's a sign from the universe. They meet you and there's a sign. Like they meet you and they see a shooting star, or they meet you and you are this person that they saw in their dreams. They meet you and God is showing them a sign. Yo. Okay, I'm a little bit shocked right now. I'm not gonna lie. Look at that. It says like hidden. It's like your face is hidden. And then it says, and they see your eyes. Something about where they have daydreams of how you look at them. They have daydreams of your eyes. They do. They could have daydreams of you in a costume. It says, and when he looked into my eyes, it wasn't a glance. It was, you see, like he has, when he daydreams, when your future spouse daydreams, they think about how you look into their eyes and how there's like this magical connection, or how you guys look into each other's eyes and they know, or there's like a sign from God, or there's a bird flying, something supernatural here, okay? Like something like a sign. So it says, and when he looked into my eyes, it wasn't a glance, it wasn't a praise, it was a message, it was a song. You see, it was, so they're haunted by a message, like they get messages, they're haunted by songs. He was telling me I'm here and I'm not going anywhere, and I had never held eye contact that long with anyone before. It was so much better than simply hearing words spoke. So they daydream about when they look at you that they know. Okay, when they look at you that they, like love at first sight. That's what they fantasize about, love at first sight, where they know from the moment that they see you. Okay. They could be fantasizing about how you both pray together, are connected to God together, you have conversations about God in the universe. Whoa, I did not expect that, to be honest with you guys. Okay. Yeah, they fantasize about this magical, where you stare at them, or where you look into their soul and they look into your soul when you look into each other's eyes. They fantasize about your eyes. Okay, let's see. What is pile number 3's true love and future spouse like daydreaming or thinking about when they think about love? I'm right behind you. I'm right behind you. So they could be fantasizing about like, yeah, something about where they hear your voice, or they turn around and you stand behind them. So they have a feeling that they should turn around and then you are there? What is that? I don't know. Okay. We also have here, your future spouse is near you. Are you ready? I told you. They have a feeling that you're close to them, or a spirit told them, or their visions told them. And it says, are you ready? So they're asking themselves if they are ready to meet this mysterious woman or this mysterious man, which is you. Which is funny because I feel like your future spouse is a little bit scared, but it is because they have a scar, like a deep scar from the past, which I talked about, like, oh, you're never going to get married, or you're a bad man, you are a bad woman, stay away from any other woman, any other man. Do you know what I mean? And then they internalize it and they feel like they should never date again. You know, that's what it feels like to me here. What is pile number 3's true love and future spouse fantasizing about? What's going on here? Yeah, look at that. So we have here, I'm not used to this, but it feels good. And it's from Poetic Justice. And if you don't know Poetic Justice, like the movie Poetic Justice, he's a mailman. We keep talking about messages. So he's a mailman. So he could be daydreaming about like a love letter. What is that about? Or it's something that they saw in their dreams. I don't know what this is. So he was a mailman in the movie, and he delivered the package to Janet, like Janet Jackson in the movie. And he was looking at her when she was, you know, she took a post stamp and she was licking it. So there's something about your lips. Okay, so they visualize like lips, that your lips are juicy, or something about where you lick something. Okay. Something about that your eyes are dangerous but yet soft. Something about your eyes, okay, where they cannot take their eyes off of you, or you have like this strong eye contact and nobody's looking away. Let's see, what is pile number 3's true love and future spouse fantasizing about? What is that energy about? Yeah, I cannot hide my last eye contact and a lip bite. That's how she lets you know. So they daydream about how you look at them and you let them know that you want them, kind of like where you bite your lip or you lick your lips, okay, kind of like a you know, and you look at him or her and there's kind of like danger in your eyes, kind of like this fire in your eyes, but there's also like a softness. So they visualize or they fantasize about eye contact. Maybe because I feel like maybe they don't like eye contact, or something about they saw something again in a dream about eye contact. That's why they're so obsessed with eyes, like, no, that her eyes have to look like the one in my dreams. Deja vu, yeah. They fantasize about what happened in, like, something about a deja vu, that what they saw happens in real life, because a deja vu feels like it already happened before, right? I'm telling you. If they have not yet had this vision, they are about to have that vision. Okay, they are talking to God in the universe, like, please bring my true love to me. So their thoughts right now are they want to trust God in the universe with the timing, like God will tell them when the time is right. God will tell them in which direction to go to find you. They trust God, they trust the intelligence of the universe. Okay, so they're basically like talking to God in the universe, like bring my true love to me or show me the way. Again, I'm hearing God talks to me in silence, but I hear him every time, man. Let's see. Spirit, what does pile number 3's true love and future spouse fantasize about? Yeah, walk into a new direction to meet your future spouse. And I talked about how they turn around. Something about them turning around. I don't know if it's a vision. Something about where they turn around. And I told you, a white dress. It looks like a wedding dress or like a white dress. I talked about a white dress in a different reading in case you guys do remember that. And look, I cannot make this up. We're going to go to the extended now, okay? Look, tell me this does not look the fucking same. That's a card that I created and there's like even a typo. Do you see that? Do you see that? What is that? They somehow see you walking into their life, or like a door opening, or you being in front of a door, or they just visualize like how you walk towards them. You know, they could be daydreaming about how you walk towards them, you look at them, you lick your lips, or you lick your you bite your tongue, not you bite your tongue, you bite your lips, you walk straight towards them. Okay, but again, I don't know if it's a vision or if it's just what they daydream about. So they could have multiple scenarios how they meet you, like, oh, all of a sudden she walks into the coffee shop and I see her. All of a sudden she walks into the elevator. Do you know how when a guy's like, or when a person's standing in an elevator and someone is like entering the elevator, and then you look at the person who's entering the elevator? So they could have multiple scenarios where they visualize how you walk in, how you enter. But they're also scared. I'm hearing that they're scared. Okay. That's why they're asking themselves, am I ready to fall in love, or am I ready to meet this person, or something like that. I also feel like they are very focused on having enough. So they're very focused on, because with the boss up, for me this feels like this is a person who's very busy. They could be their own boss. They could be a boss somehow, some way. And I feel like they're very focused on having enough money, or something about where they want to work hard and then play hard. So for them, it's all about working first and then having pleasure. So they're working really hard because they want to have enough money, or they want to be very stable or something like that. I'm also seeing them getting ready for autumn season because I'm seeing like a coat, okay, where maybe they buy, I'm just letting you know what they're thinking about right now. They could be buying coats, so wherever they live, the climate could change or could get a little bit colder, is what I'm picking up here. Someone here, either you are a fashion designer or they are. I'm seeing that here as well. Whoa. Someone here is working on a brand. I feel like your future spouse might be working on a brand or a logo right now. Okay, because I look at this card and I remember when I was younger, we keep talking about when a person was younger. So when I was younger, I had this name that I wanted to name my fashion brand or my fashion company after. And I'm seeing it here as well. So they could be working on a logo or a brand, or they're working on a company right now, or like a trademark or something along those lines. Okay, I'm hearing, I mean business. Okay, let me see what else. One more card. What is pile number 3's true love? If just was fantasizing about, what is that energy about? Yeah. Another thing that they also fantasize about is how can I explain that? Like how you are loyal to them. Because I feel like they've gone through like unloyal people. So they fantasize about how you're loyal to them even behind their back. Do you know what I mean? Where you talk good about them behind their back, or when another man or another woman is looking at you, that you don't even have eyes for this person, that you only have eyes for them. That's where the eye contact, kind of like they don't look at anybody else, just you and them. Like the whole world disappears, just you and them. Yeah, look at that. The changes you're going through right now bring it to your future spouse. So they feel like certain changes that they're going through right now bring them to you, or a spirit told them that, or just like a feeling where they want to change their life to be with you, or they want to change their lifestyle. And I keep seeing them as they see you from behind, because if you look at those two cards, in both cards you can see this. Both cards you can see this woman's back. So maybe they only saw you from the back in their dreams. I'm also seeing them like walking. Yes, your spirit guides are here. Before we go to the extended, because I could talk on and on and on. I'm also seeing them like walking in a crowd. Do you? Whoa. Okay. One last thing before we go to the extended. Okay. Pile number 3. I'm also seeing them where they walk in a crowd, and they think that it is you, but the woman turns around and her eyes are not what he was looking for or what she was looking for. What is that? Okay, something about where they walk and someone looks like you from the back, but it's not you. But how do they know that it is you? Something about a woman from the back, okay? Or they fantasize. And for some of you guys, the whole walking, and here as well, there's something about they see you walking. They see you walking. Now, if it's not them literally having a vision, this is about how I'm hearing, I hate to see her go, but I love to watch her leave. And I keep her running back and forth like a soccer team. I can make your bed rock, girl. Okay, so they could be fantasizing about how they sit back and relax. Like, let's say, for example, they are outside with their friends or with their best friend, and you walk in front of them, and then they talk about like, yeah, that's my baby, that's my girl, that's my wife. Do you know what I mean? Like where they talk, they see you walking. Do you know what I mean? Where they see you walking in front of them. You might be walking in front of them. They could also be seeing you, especially if you tell me you like high heels, or you like to dress up, or you like to look fancy. This is also definitely your power. You don't have to, but specifically if you like, you know, a fancy dress or high heels here and there, or you like to go out sometimes and be really, you know, glamorous. They could be, yeah, they're like fantasizing about it, but again, they're picking up your energy, if that makes sense. So I'm seeing them like talking to someone like, yeah, that's my man. Look at him. Look how beautiful he is. Look how sexy he is. That's my man. Or something about where they visualize how they say, that is my woman, that is my man, that is my boyfriend, that is my girlfriend, you know, that is my wife, you know. Where they want to say that. There's something about they want to say, that's my wife, that's my husband. That's why they also really like the idea of like a ring, you know, kind of like a symbol that they belong to somebody, or that you belong to them. Okay. File number 3, they also fantasize about how you know them the best, like you know them better than they know themselves, kind of like where you finish their sentences, or something about where you guys communicate with each other without words. Does that make sense? Something about telepathic communication, or something about they fantasize about how you know them so much, or you guys talk to each other through eye contact, or something about where you know what they think without them saying it. Okay. Or something about where they feel like you know them the best, like maybe they don't feel like other people know them, or other people see the real them, but you see the real them and you know them so much so that you can finish their sentences. Does that make sense? Maybe that's something that they just crave in their soul, to meet someone or to have a strong connection to someone like that, where you can finish each other's sentences. Okay, and it's funny because one card that I forgot to talk about says making a strong comeback, bounce back, energy restored. And I talked about God talks to me in silence, but I hear him every time, man. And the song is literally called Bounce Back. So they could also be daydreaming about maybe how something about, but yeah, bouncing back from something, bouncing back. I'm also seeing here how they fantasize about bouncing back, and something about where people saw them down, or people saw them crying, or people saw them doing bad, or people saw them like sad. Do you know what I mean? Like people saw them sad, or people saw them doing, you know, like not feeling so well, and then they bounce back, but you are next to them. Does that make sense? So it's kind of like it's kind of like a comeback where they have maybe certain people or like enemies or haters, and those haters and enemies saw your future spouse doing bad or not feeling good. Do you know what I mean? And then they fantasize about how they make a comeback. Like the next time you guys will see me, you will see me with my wife, or with my husband, or with my woman, or with my man, with my ride or die, you know? Like the next time you see me, I'm gonna look great, I'm gonna do great, and I'm gonna have the love of my life next to me. That's basically the energy that I pick up here. That's what they daydream about. Seeing them when they think about love, or what they think about, you know, when they think about dating, I feel like they daydream about, you know, when they say I love you and look into your eyes and you say I love you too, or for example where you say I love you first, you know, something about where they look into your eyes and they can see that you love them, or something about you know, the moment where you guys tell each other like, hey, I love you, you know, or like saying I love you for the first time. But I also pick up a strong energy here because we talked about how your future spouse might be thinking if they are ready, because they can feel that something is in the air, but they also ask themselves if they are ready yet, like if they are ready to go back into dating, or if they are ready yet to meet new people, if they are ready yet to see if that prophecy or that dream or whatever that energy is, like that vision, if it is true. They are asking themselves if they are ready, is what I'm picking up here, okay? Because it says mutual feelings, revelation, so something about, but it's interesting because I also feel like the revelation is also, isn't revelation a word that you use in the Bible? I don't know, for some odd reason the word revelation for me feels like it's connected to the Bible, so they could also feel like something about, yeah, revelation, where is that vision, or is that, you know, whatever this is that they've gotten, like this dream, is it real? You know, they ask themselves if it is real, or something about God will reveal the truth, or the universe will reveal the truth to me, is what I'm picking up here. So they also fantasize about like the moment where you guys tell each other I love you, okay? Something about, yeah, they fantasize, or they think about like this romantic moment where you guys tell each other that you are into each other, okay? And it's interesting because the card says, and I think I talked about that in your reading, the card says, I think I may be falling in love with you, Charlotte says, and then Harry says, I've been falling for you since the moment we met. Okay, so they fantasize about like love at first sight, or that they know from the moment where they see you that you are the one. Because again, I feel like your true love and your future spouse is very connected to the universe and spirit. So they believe in like, you know what's weird? Because I showed you guys this picture in front of a gate, right? And for some odd reason, I'm also seeing here, if they have gotten a prophecy, or if they saw something in a dream, maybe they saw like a light around you, or maybe they saw your aura. Okay, because for some odd reason I'm seeing like where they see a light around you, or they see your aura, or something about you were in front of them, like the sun was behind you and you were in front. Does that make sense? But I also pick up something about Jesus. You know how they sometimes picture Jesus, and Jesus is in front of like a bright light. It's very weird with you guys. And the one movie, I think, what is it called? I forgot which one it was called or how it was called, but there was this guy that had these dreams and people were laughing at him because he had these dreams until those dreams became true. That's also what I'm picking up here. So maybe they recently developed that energy, like where God is talking to them, because if you're open to talk to God, God is going to talk back to you, right? So I do feel like they have been talking to God or the universe about their love life, like bring my true love to me, bring the woman of my dreams to me, or something along those lines. Okay, something like that is going on here. Whoa, pile number 3. I'm going to go to the extended now. We're going to go into maybe their sexy dreams. I wanted to say sexy thoughts, or like spicy thoughts when they're laying in bed. Okay, let's look at that. Okay, so if you're interested in that, the link is down in the description box. And if not, I'm going to see you in my next one. And I wish you a lovely day. Bye.